Good evening, everyone. I just finished weeding in the garden out here, and I thought I would take you guys. I'm not done weeding, but I finished for the evening. And I thought you guys might want to see what is growing in my cut flower garden right now, as well as I will want to see what my garden looked like on July 17th, 2024. This winter. I'll want to see what I was growing right then. So I'm going to turn you around before it gets dark and show you everything that's growing in my garden. All right, so here is the overview. Here's the stuff I dragged out of my garden tonight. In all its unkempt glory, it is very unkempt. I'll just leave it at that. No apologies because I got my hands full. So in this first row, a lot of stuff has been torn out. I had larkspur growing in here earlier. That was all torn out. And the plan for this row is to be only roses, catmint, and maybe sage or something else next year. But for this year, in this row, I have a big assortment of different things along with roses, and I started getting a few of the catmints in. There's a little delphinium here on the end, some remaining larkspur. This here is a Francis My Land rose, very beautiful, very fragrant. My roses right now are being torn apart by Japanese beetles, but I'm trying my best to keep up with them. So interspersed in here is some feverfew. Here is a euphorbia that I'm trialing to have as a cut flower along with Sweet William. The euphorbia gets these really pretty white variegated margins as it ages. So that's just kind of interspersed along here. Right here, we have a Princess Charlene de Monaco. And there's some dill that self-seeded, the catmint down here. And I planted Princess Charlene and Francis My Land all along here. Got plans for next year, but this is what it looks like for this year. Some Tweedia that I don't know what I'm doing with. Lots of Statice, and then Jewels of Opar in here. Really cute little airy filler for bouquets. Statice, feverfew, Jewels of Opar, roses, more Statice, more feverfew, more Jewels of Opar. Then down here I have some lemon basil growing. Down here I had Orlea right here. I'm letting that go to seed so that I can collect that for next year in a different spot. Then in here I have a Wallerton Old Hall that's not blooming right now. And that's it for the first row. The second row here, we got a bunch of, I'm not sure what this is. I think it might be Bee's Friend that I seeded down here, and I thought I didn't get any, but I think that's what it is. I've never grown it before, but yeah, it's getting something. And then annual phlox. Guys, I don't know what I do wrong with this, but it just doesn't get tall for me. I don't know what the deal is with it. So there's a bunch of annual phlox there, but they're very weak. Half of them died. Kind of sad because I love that stuff. Here we have a Fama Blue Scabiosa. I really like this flower. Don't have a huge need for lots of blue, but every once in a while it's nice to have. Feverfew. And we got Celosia up here. I didn't get to pinching almost. I don't think I pinched any of these, so that'll be great. And past the celosia, I have this corn cockle that I didn't want to pick because of how it grows. So I'm saving it for bud vases for a wedding this week. Then I'll just cut everything down and use what I can, and the rest is just gonna get pitched. And then up here we have Lisianthus. Lots of Lisianthus. This stuff up here grew a lot taller than the stuff down here. And this I bought from plugs, and this I started from seed. There's a bunch of weeds in here too, but I don't really want to pull them because I'm afraid of pulling up the roots of the plants. But yeah, this stuff I seeded myself looks a lot healthier and better than the ones I bought from plugs, so that's interesting to note. Here is my snapdragon area from here on up, and I really love snapdragons, but I just deal with thrips with them so much that I'm considering not growing any snapdragons next year. So I don't know. I just don't know. I might grow less of them and do something else instead. Most of them, like all of this space, was basically wasted because I ended up pitching most of them, and they'll get more stems in the fall. But yeah, if I would open any of them, like right now, let's see, none in there. Okay, this one seems pretty clean. I don't know. Yeah, most of them, if you open them up, there's like thrips galore in the blooms. Okay, row number 3 here. I have a mess of tomatoes and onions right now. They need to be reattached to the posts, but they're producing, and the onions could mostly be pulled, I think. Self-sown calendula. Then I have comfrey, rhubarb, self-sown calendula. Here I have Brussels sprouts with oregano and some thyme in the front, and then peppers along the back, none of which are doing well except for the oregano. Then I have a bunch of pro-cut sunflowers here that are going to be blooming here soon. And then underneath, I experimented. I seeded more sunflowers down here to see if I can get another succession in the same space, maybe a month after these are done blooming. So these will be blooming soon. Got more sunflowers here. Sorry if you can hear my daughter yelling. She found a deer, I think. Then there's zinnias, all that I collected from my own seed last year. Lots of weeds, zinnias, some self-sown mallow. Then here I have my little crop of Ammi. It's very short. I don't know if you can really see that, but I thought it would be taller. I don't know. Cute though, very cute. And then here I have the Daucus Dara, the like darker umbel flowers. Very pretty, love it. This is a raspberry cupcake rose. These two bottom ones here and here get absolutely covered in Japanese beetles like all the time. They're like the preferred ones, so they look really beaten up, but from a distance they look nice and colorful.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, honey. Oh, the moon. It's very pretty. Next I have a rose. This one has not bloomed for me yet this year, so I'm not sure the growth all looks kind of like dried up and spindly. Not sure what's going on there. Yeah, so this one is a new one this year. Have a few lavender plants here and here. Honey Dijon rose, another honey Dijon. Cute little butter colored flowers. Just planted this Darcy Bustle here tonight. All dressed up rose, also new. 2 Princess Alexandra roses. They are absolutely huge for a second-year plant. Beautiful roses. Love these plants. 2 of them here. Another Princess Charlene. So pretty. Love that rose. Then I got 3 Bolero roses here, and all along I've kind of interspersed alyssum just to see how that does as like a, you know, a companion plant. Pretty roses here, all eaten up, but still pretty. Another one, Lady of Shalott here. One of my favorite roses. Such a beautiful, let me see if I can, oh my, there we go. Yummy, love it. Okay, Valencia rose down here. More alyssum, some chives, Lady of Shalott, Sunbelt Savannah, I believe here, not quite open. 2 Olivia Rose Austin, along with self-sown calendula. Looks like an absolute mess right now. The Japanese beetles really love this one. There we go. How cute is she? And then on the end here, I have a Bonica. Okay, so that was the rose row. Next row, I have, this was my ranunculus row. Right now, what's in it is sweet peas, some scraggly remaining bits of whatever was here, a terrible fence situation there. And I seeded amaranth, barely any of it came up. I have my floret zinnias down here, which also aren't looking the greatest. I'm not sure what's going on with these, but like, they come up looking a little weird. Like, and the petals just fall off easily. Not sure what's going on here. Oh, there we got some interesting, I don't know what that is. Oh my. Everything that seems to grow really easily is not wanting to grow for me this year. I don't know what my issues are. Lots of cosmos here. Yeah, pretty, eaten up by Japanese beetles, but still pretty. And then down here, my dahlias start. Go all the way down here and onto row number 6, the last one. That's good because it's getting dark. This is my favorite dahlia here. It just happens to be blooming Sweet Natalie that I have currently. Love that one. And basically the rest of the row I picked clean already. But that's all dahlias. Actually, at the end, I planted sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes as a ground cover to hopefully keep some of the weeds at bay, but I don't know if that's working. It's coming up anyway. Anyway, that is pretty much it. I keep this little stump here. I usually fill this with bird seed for the birds. And a little dogwood bush. So that's it for the cut flower garden. What's wrong, honey? Uh-oh. Can you run up here? Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that cut flower garden tour. And I will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.